everybody. Welcome back to Painting Your Dreams. I am your host, Mr. Let's Paint. And we're going to be painting your dreams once again here on the show. Let me get the Instagram live going. We are also on Twitch and YouTube Live. No, I don't want that. Huh. Okay, got it. All right, just a second. Okay, once again, just reiterating, this is Painting Your Dreams. I am your host, Mr. Let's Paint. Coming to you live on Instagram Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch. All right. What you got to do is, for this to work, is you got to call us at 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. And we will be painting your dreams. Okay, we'll play a little music just to get you guys in the mood here. What the? Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Adam. How are you?
I'm all right, Adam. What's going on, Adam?
Not much. Just working on my website.
All right, that's great. You have a dream for us?
I do, yeah. This is one of the earliest dreams that I can remember.
Audio is very
I don't
low.
know.
Just a second. Let me get the audio here. We have an audio problem. Let me fix that here. Audio's real. Thanks for letting me know there. Let's raise up the volume. All right, we should be better off here. That does happen here. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Lord, boom.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. It was on my end, not your problem.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, no
All right,
worries. Awesome.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, sure. So when I was a kid, I can remember one of my earliest dreams was very strange. I must have been about 5 or 6 when I had this dream, and it just stuck with me.
Yeah.
But I was about 6, and I was imagining, or in my dream, I was thinking of me being an adult, about in my 30s, probably about actually the age that I am now.
Okay.
And I was imagining, I can run it out for you, because it's just a strange series of events. But I was in my house, which was like in this atrium part of it, and I have a twin, and so we were older, and he came in the door and brought in a Christmas tree, and he set down this Christmas tree, and we started to decorate the Christmas tree, and we're just talking. I just remember feeling like I was an adult. Things were figured out. Because when you're a kid, you're just lost, running around, playing around. And so we were messing with the Christmas tree, talking about adult things, and then all of a sudden I just walked through a door, and I was in the garage. And the garage ceiling seemed like it was miles high. It was just like kept going on forever. I couldn't even see the top of it, so the walls just kept going really high all above me. So I like looked up, and it was kind of disorienting. And then I looked to my right, and there were these very tall shelves going all the way up this infinity wall. Just shelves and shelves of just things stocked that would be stocked in the garage. Oil and other, whatever, tools.
Yeah. Man, that was a great dream. Adam, if you can call us back. Okay, I didn't know what happened. We had a little technical problem there. Is this Adam?
Yes, it's Adam. Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. Something.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So where I left off was there were shelves going up this wall, right?
Yes.
And so then I just remember this intense feeling in my body. And mind you, like, I'm a 6-year-old imagining that I'm a 36-year-old. And I fall to the ground, and I hit my head really hard on the concrete. I don't know if you ever hit your head on concrete, but it really hurts.
Yeah, it does.
And just like this, your whole head like vibrates.
Yeah.
And I must have, I was probably riding my bike around or something, hit my head and just like absorbed that into my dream.
Yeah.
And so I hit the concrete, and I looked down at my stomach, and my stomach just ripped open. It was like almost like with a scalpel, but it was like right down the center. It was probably like a foot long.
Yeah.
And it just opened up, and this light came from inside of my body.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what's going on? And I was like scared, but it didn't hurt. I didn't feel anything. I just like looked at my stomach, and there's this giant gaping hole, and like light is emitting from it. And then the light goes down, and then this like march of tiny little red blood men start walking out of my body.
Yeah.
So like they're just like a blood droplet, like one big blood droplet with arms and legs, like you might see in an old cartoon or something. And they're just like start storming and marching out of my stomach, just like one by one. And they just like crawl over my stomach and down onto the floor and just walk away. And then that's when I woke up.
Wow. That is
it was really weird.
That's incredible. That's an incredible dream. Was that a nightmare for you, or was that a great feeling? Like, hey, that was a cool ass dream. How did you feel about that dream?
It was like frightful, I'm sure, at that age, but also exciting. You know, just like my imagination and creativity going wild.
Was that? Just say that I mentioned. Was that a childhood dream? A dream you actually had as a child? Did I miss that?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Well, I mean, like how did you remember? How did you remember that dream from so long ago? That's crazy.
It's something that I would just come back to as like a weird dream. I'm just like, man, that weird dream that I had, and then I would just remind myself every couple of years, and it just never went away.
Oh wow. I mean, I think back to being a kid and having dreams, and I knew I had a lot of nightmares, but I don't remember any particular dream, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Do you ever remember waking up and wishing you were back in the dream, and then closing your eyes really tight and trying to go back there?
No, I've never done that one because I think the dreams that most of my dreams seem to be nightmares, or like at least I kind of.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if they're nightmares, but they're always so weird, you know. Like I don't. Do you really? Yeah. Would you really want to go back to this particular dream?
No, I mean that was done. I mean, like I was pretty much dead, I guess.
Yeah, you were kind of dead in some ways.
There were dreams for sure.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, you were kind of. I guess in the dream you kind of were dead, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean the blood was coming out of me.
Yeah, what's the significance with the Christmas tree? Is that something that you guys celebrate, just as, family and stuff?
We would celebrate Christmas as a family, and we would all decorate the tree together. And
all right.
Yeah, I lived on a farm, like 70 acres in like rural Missouri, and so my dad would take us up in the woods, and he'd put a big ladder on the top of a cedar tree, and we'd cut off the top of a tree and then drag it down the hill through the snow and put it in our living room.
Well, I think aliens are known to like frequent like real rural areas, so it could be you could be in an area where there was a lot of alien harvesting of human beings and stuff.
Okay, that could be possible. Is that something that you experienced?
No, I've heard that could be the case. It could be one of those deals.
Oh yeah, we can crop stalk them.
I don't know. I haven't necessarily felt or seen anything like that in my dreams. When I was a kid, though, I do remember having dreams. So many of them, but I created a thing so that if I slept on one side, I would have better dreams than if I slept on the other side. Like if I slept on my, I forget.
That might have to do with the left or the right side of your brain.
Yeah, so
the
somehow
creative versus the analytical mind.
Yeah, so I don't know which one it was, and I never used that, to work. It doesn't work necessarily the way it did when I was a kid, but I had figured that out as a kid, that if I, go to a particular side, maybe if it just switched, basically. So maybe it wasn't just the left side. It could also be the right side. I don't know.
Right.
Well,
yeah, dreaming is weird. I went through a long period of time where I didn't dream, and I would just fall asleep and then wake up and just be like, oh, it's a new day.
Yeah.
That's always nice too. But dreaming. Yeah,
no, it's actually nice to come back to them, but then also, stay away from them, because they're
especially if you're having nightmares every
well,
night.
Right. The nightmares aren't not much fun, but there are some tricks to make these nightmares, work for your betterment. And I don't have the answer on that, but I just know that that's available, so if you look for that, you can.
Well, have you done lucid dreaming before?
Well, I think that it comes into that. I guess that's what I'm kind of referring to is
right. It's about taking control of it. It's like anything that's
exactly
that's traumatic or of the psyche. You've got to learn to have some control.
Yeah, and I think through it. And I think possibly I might do that. I think maybe we all do that, but we just don't remember the dream. But I think we possibly enter dreams, even the ones that we're not remembering, and go, hey, look, man, this is just some bullshit dream going on here, or this is some some kind of bullshit coming in front of me, or maybe it's good stuff too, but it's just a dream. I know it's a dream,
Right.
And you don't let it get to you too much, but they can, and what I think I've noticed myself lately is I can have a dream and then I wonder, well, what was that all about? Like I'm always like trying to find the significance of whatever that was trying to, and a lot of times it is just regurgitation of what's been thrown at you and stuff. So.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, with lucid dreaming, someone who does it, I have a friend who does it a lot, and they told me that all you pretty much have to do, I mean, this doesn't work for everyone, I'm sure, but what they do, and it works, is that before they go to bed, whenever they want to lucid dream, they just lay there and just think and meditate on the idea of being awake inside their dream, and they just keep repeating, I'm going to fall asleep, and then whenever I fall asleep and I start dreaming, I'm going to wake up in my dream, and I'm going to be aware of my dream, and I'm going to be able to do whatever I want in my dream. And they just keep repeating that phrase or something like that over and over again. Just a full conscious awareness that you're going to be aware in your sleep.
Yeah, I
and
think
just keep convince yourself that you're awake, basically.
Yeah, I think that's how I've always thought about how you deal with it too. And so I guess that's how it doesn't always work, obviously, but it will. I've felt like I've got it to work before, but it's not something that I actively do. Because it is kind of there is you can really get lost, as we are getting lost into these dreams now. You really can get completely lost in these dreams.
Yeah.
And then you're not in reality anymore, which may or may not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I think it's good. You got to step out of reality sometimes to get a perspective, just like anything, like leaving town or
exactly.
you know, a relationship or a job, whatever. You got to step away so you can see what you're living in.
Yeah. And so a dream is doing that for you too.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna head out of here.
Yeah.
Was that enough info for your dream?
Oh yeah,
it's
a lovely. Have you seen it? It's up there. We'll post it eventually.
I'm looking at it on YouTube right now. Looks great. Great job.
We got the idea, sort of.
Yeah, I see it. It's all there.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Thank you so much for your dream. Now, sweet dreams now.
Okay, thank you. Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. All right, well, that was a lovely dream, wasn't it now? You're watching Painting Your Dreams. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. We're going till the 8 o'clock hour here, Pacific Coast time. Painting Your Dreams. Talking about your dreams. You know, if you have a dream that's maybe not a dream that you got from sleep, but it's just more of you're dreaming of something, you're dreaming about something in your own life, that your present life, your wake life. We could work with that too. But there's never as interesting as the dreams that you get at night. Or you could actually daydreams. Actually, a daydream is not really a dream from sleep. It's actually you're remembering or you're fantasizing. You're daydreaming. Wait, is that a daydream? Is that something you get when you're napping in the middle of the day? Is that daydreaming or no? Okay, now I don't even know what daydream means anymore. Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because this is just possibly a dream in itself. We may be in a dream. This could be a dream. I don't think I've ever dreamt about aliens, you know. But I do hear plenty of people have these alien dreams. Did Lord Boomacrom, did you watch the Sandman by Neil Gaiman on Netflix? No, I did not. Is that dream related? Is that a dream related kind of thing? I had a few dreams that I kind of remember from last night. Nothing terribly interesting, so I won't get into them. But I know I've been dreaming. And they're good dreams. I feel like they're good dreams. These dreams I've been having. Sometimes these dreams are so good that I never want to wake up. These dreams are so good I never want to wake up. You're watching Painting Your Dreams with Mr. Let's Paint. Thanks again for being here. And we're eagerly awaiting for our next dream. Give us a call, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hi, this is Lord Boomlicker.
What's up, Lord Bimlicker? Bimlicker?
Boomacroom.
Boomacream.
Well, it sounded like boom when the croom, so Boomacroom.
All right, Boomacream. Lord Boom.
Hey, yeah, that's close enough.
Lord Boomacream. What's up? What kind of dream you got for us?
I had a dream.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of appropriate for spooky season.
Yeah, of course. It's Halloween coming up.
But, yeah, this was one. It was a weird dream because I grew up thinking that you're never supposed to actually die in your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But in this dream, I very much did.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's really the only time that it ever really happened, as far as I can remember in dreams.
Yeah.
But it was very stylistic. So I don't know how you might capture this because a lot of it was like white in general. I know you're starting with a white canvas.
All right.
But I just remember this. The first thing that I remember in the dream was there was this beautiful, very architecturally unique white house.
Yeah.
And it was just the whitest white that you could imagine, seemingly untouched by shadow.
Is this the outside?
It is the outside. Something happens on the inside.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to like have space available.
I'll make
for that,
room. We'll figure it out. Yeah. No worries, Lord.
Okay, cool.
Boom, check a boom.
So it's kind of very much like a horror film, like a Halloween kind of scene, I guess, in my mind. So, there's this really pretty White House, very unique architecturally, and I'm walking through a yard. The grass is the greenest green that you can imagine, and there are clothes, like bed sheets, hung up on clotheslines. And so I'm walking through these bed sheets, and I feel like something is wrong, and I'm not quite sure what it is.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I see like just a streak of red go across one of the sheets. All the sheets are very white as well.
Yeah.
And so there's this giant contrast between the white of the house, the white of the sheets, the green of the grass, and then just this slash of, like, I guess it was blood.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I pulled apart the sheets, and I see someone laying on the ground, and they've been, like, cut. So I know instinctually somehow that there's like a first aid kit inside this house.
Yeah.
So I start to run toward the house. I get inside. It's as white on the inside as it is on the outside.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I see like a stairwell. And so I go up the stairs, and then on the second flight, it's sort of, you go up a set of stairs, and then there's sort of a level area, and then another flight of stairs going up in the opposite direction.
Okay.
And there's a porcelain doll sitting on the flat area. And the porcelain doll has like a razor in her hand. It's like a black-haired doll, white porcelain face, white dress. And so I immediately know, like in my dream, that this is the source of the death or the slashing that happened outside.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I go to jump over the doll and then run up the top of the steps to get the first aid kit.
Yeah.
Get the first aid kit, turn around, and then now I have to get back down the stairs without getting affected by the doll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I do not get back down the stairs without being affected by the doll. I get back to the flat area.
Yeah.
And the doll basically like cuts my ankles, fall down, and then then the doll like cuts my throat. And then from that point, what I see is I see myself laying in that flat area as though there was a camera above me, or like I was looking down at my body.
Yeah.
And I just see sort of myself like slowly kind of bleeding out.
Are you on the green grass on the bottom, or you're still up on that second floor?
I'm on the middle area in between the first row of steps, and then there's like a flat area. And the second row of steps.
Okay.
On that flat, so I'm still inside at this point, and the doll basically got me.
Yeah. So you're just in a pool of blood, just chopped up by this crazy doll.
It's like a porcelain doll.
Porcelain doll.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a Chucky doll.
Yeah, kind of like a Chucky doll, but very much just like this classic porcelain looking doll.
Yeah.
My sister used to have them, and they always creeped me out when I was a kid.
Right.
She had a bunch of them, and she'd always just have them sitting on the bed.
Yeah. And you said it was a black dress?
A white dress. The
Oh.
doll was like just white with really dark black hair.
Oh, okay, dark hair the hair was black. Okay.
Right.
Now it's starting to look like those. What were those dolls that were from the way back when from the 80s or 70s? Troll dolls or something like that. They were weird looking, baby looking creatures with gigantic hair.
You mean like the Cabbage Patch dolls?
No. They were.
Oh, like the trolls.
Trolls. They were
like
troll dolls.
Like
Weren't they called trolls?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they were called troll dolls, and they had like sort of like a spike, like the hair formed a spike.
I don't know, but a lot of times the hair was pink and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to play with those when I was
like
younger.
kids wear that pink, the hair like that, and then they look like those little troll dolls. Maybe they're not aware of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably weren't familiar with those.
They could, but if they were, they could dress up like a troll doll for Halloween. I think that someone might want to try that.
That would be a perfect fit, yeah.
I think it's perfect. There's plenty of time to plan that out. All right. So anyway, this is just a very scary dream. And do you dream a lot, or just this was...
Yeah. I'm kind of obsessed with dreams and the brain and things like that. Honestly, since I was a little kid, I've been able to lucid dream, and I know there's a gentleman in the chat that was talking about lucid dreaming, and also on the last call.
Yes.
But there are certain things that you can do to sort of make that happen, I've heard. And one of the things is to look at a clock. So in your dream, if you look at a clock and then you look at it again, the clock will not make sense. And I actually wrote a paper on this when I was in college, but basically, when you are dreaming generally, the frontal lobe of your brain is not active, and that's why dreams don't really make sense a lot of times, because basically it's really just your mind connecting, one point to another point, and it connects to other things based off of like the signal strength, I guess you would say, between the neurons. But when you're lucid dreaming, 40 hertz power actually goes to the frontal lobe of your brain, and that's what allows you to initially realize that you're having a dream. And then if the fact of that alone doesn't wake you up, then you're able to start controlling and manipulating the dream, because now your frontal lobe, which is the part of the brain that basically controls, I wouldn't say consciousness or anything like that, but basically controls your ability to reason, is in play at that point.
Huh. Well, so go back to that clock idea, because I don't quite get that.
Yeah, well, the idea behind it is that if you look at a clock in your dream, it's going to show you a specific time. Like, let's say you look at the clock and it says 5:15.
But I mean, but you have to do that in the dream.
Well, here's how you trick yourself.
Oh.
So what you do is you basically look at a clock while you're awake on a regular basis. So that way it's a very strong thing that your brain naturally thinks of.
Okay, gotcha.
And so...
Yes.
Yeah.
So then when you're in your dream, that clock most likely is going to show up. I mean, it could.
Yeah, that clock is going to show up. Like, you're going to get used to looking at a clock. And so when you're asleep, your brain is going to be like, hey, look at the clock. And then you look at the clock, and then the times will change.
Yeah.
So you notice the difference in, like, it said it was 5:15, but now it says 3:30.
Yeah.
And so that acknowledgement can kind of wake up that frontal lobe.
But how did
another thing that people say?
Okay,
is
wait. Now let's go. I'm gonna get back to that again here.
Okay.
You said let's, as an example, you said 5:15 was what you saw originally in real life, or no? I mean, where?
Not necessarily in real life, but just the first time that you look at the clock in the dream.
Yeah.
The first time that you notice a clock in your dream, you just want to pay attention to what time it is.
Oh, okay, I see. So
then
you make a mental note that you're going to keep track of what it says on the clock.
Exactly.
In your dream.
And you can even tell yourself that before you go to sleep.
Gotcha.
Like, I am going to dream, and in this dream I will see clocks.
But gotcha. But now if I see. So you have to. This will have to work if you see the clock more than once in the dream, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it's like a muscle. Like, the more that the more that you're able to do it, the better you get at it, and the less likely. Because sometimes just the shock of realizing that you're dreaming is enough to wake you up.
Yeah.
So once you get past that initial shock, and the more you do it, just the better you get at it.
Yeah. Well, the more that we talk about it and think about it, just simply that you do start getting new. You're becoming more aware of the dream frequencies that are pulsating out of your head.
Yeah, I would say that absolutely.
Well, it's a lovely dream. I'm a little scary. Did you?
Yeah.
How did you resolve it? Like, just like, throw that little crazy doll away, or like some.
Honestly, there really wasn't any kind of resolution to it. I just woke up and I remember thinking, like,
Yeah.
I thought that because when I was a kid, I used to watch Freddy Krueger all the time.
Right.
And I just thought, like, I thought if you died in your dream, then you would die in real life.
Right.
And my kid logic, and so I was just like, oh, well, I guess that's not true.
Gotcha.
Because I definitely did.
Right. So, but because you discovered that it was not true, then it kind of piqued your curiosity about dreams themselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been obsessed with dreams for as long as I can remember because of stuff like that.
Yeah. So it reinforces it because you go, wait a second. They're saying that that's not a good thing, but look what happened. I'm still here. There's something more to these dreams. Well, thanks again for your dream. As Lord Boom a cream.
The last part sounds like the first, so boom a croom.
Boom accrued. Is that like a French or something?
No, it's from this YouTube video actually. He used to do sketches, and he was the guy who did China, Illinois. I don't know if you ever saw China, Illinois.
No.
But it was a really funny show.
Oh, nice.
But he had a thing called Zoomacroom.
Okay.
And so I've been known as Boom a good portion of my life, and so instead of Zoomacroom, I took Boomacroom.
Nice. All right, now we understand it. And now I'm curious. China, Indiana, is that?
China, Illinois.
China, Illinois. Is that like on Netflix
Yes.
or just you? Oh, it's on Netflix. Okay.
It may be on Netflix.
Or
it was on Cartoon Network, on Adult Swim. They would show it.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. One of the fun things that are on Adult Swim and stuff. Nice.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And then the Sandman I was telling you about earlier, I highly recommend that as well. It's all about dreams, and the main character is actually the king of dreams. So he creates both dreams and nightmares for people.
Wait a second, because you were mentioning the Sandman. Yes. By Neil Gaiman. On Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay, let me write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It will not be time wasted.
All right. Is that a series or just a one movie at one point?
It's a series. I think there may be 8 or 9 episodes right now, but they're talking about a season 2.
All right. We'll have to check that out. That's my homework for tonight or whatever. Maybe not tonight.
I think you'll enjoy it.
All right. Well, Lord, Boom a Chrome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your lovely dream, and I wish you sweet dreams.
Awesome, I appreciate that, and I've been a long-time viewer, so it's awesome getting to see you live and getting to talk to you. It's been a big inspiration, and I hope you have a great night.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. I like these calls where the there's so much great information that we're getting from the callers about the dreams in general, and of course their dreams, what you know about dreams. It's a fascinating thing. Here we go. Let's get another call coming at us. We can figure this out here. Whew. Here we go. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Hello. Well, sorry. This is my first time calling on.
Sure.
I'm Jacob Rock. Longtime fan.
Did you say Larry? Your name's Larry?
Jacob.
Jacob, sorry.
My name is Jacob.
Okay,
I'm a
Jacob.
longtime fan, and this is my first time calling.
All right, first time caller, long time listener, whatever, something like.
Yeah.
That's it's
Well,
like they always say that. Yeah. I might have had it wrong.
For my dream.
Yes.
Well, to start a little bit of context, this still involves my dream. I pretty much live in Illinois. I pretty much live out in the Midwest, out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Pretty much in Illinois.
Gotcha.
And this one I had a couple of years ago, but basically it's good. Pretty much.
Try not to move too much around your mic. Your mic's some kind of breaking up, so maybe stay.
Don't tell me my reception's crap.
Well, it comes and goes, so I was just thinking maybe you were moving away from your mic too much or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I do with this. I try not to move too much from my mic. I don't know if that's gonna work, but go ahead. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah. Well, it starts out in. I want you to imagine prairie grass as far as the eye can see, like an infinite scrawling thing, the prairie completely flat. And on this prairie, pretty much there was a sunset, really. Sunset just blanketing everything with gold. And because where it was, there was a prairie grass, and on top of this was a gently sloping hill.
Yeah.
On top of this hill, pretty much, there was a couple things, really. In this infinite sea of golden prairie, as winds blow towards you, making like waves, almost like ocean waves, crashing against each other in ripples, the gently sloping hill, on top of this hill, there was an oak tree, and then there was an oak tree to the left. On the oak tree, there was pretty much. I see you live.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Tell me the dream.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
Yeah. Don't get sidetracked because there's like a 10-second delay and all. So.
Okay. Well, in this oak tree, there was a tire swing, sat pretty low to the ground.
Yeah.
There was a tire swing, and then there was also a red trike. And some other toys outside below the tree. The tree, it looked pretty abandoned, really. It looked pretty abandoned and derelict. Some point, sometime, someone used to use these, but now they don't have their purpose. They don't have any purpose. They've been abandoned for years.
Yeah.
Outside, and then next to this oak tree, there was I want you to imagine a small farmhouse, but it's ghost white. A ghost white small farmhouse next to this oak tree with the trike and the toys. And inside this, the small white farmhouse, there was pretty much, there was like a wraparound porch in it, and there was a wraparound porch with a couple windows and a door out front and some stairs leading up to it. And on this porch, there was two rocking chairs on this porch. I remember walking into this ghost white farmhouse, finding it completely abandoned, just completely empty. It wasn't destroyed, it wasn't rotting, it was clean, pristine. It was completely pristine, but there was no objects in there whatsoever. It was empty. And they had no signs of anyone living in this house at all. But you can tell which room was which, you know. Like, oh, this was the kitchen, this was the living room, this was the dining room, this was this and that. And when you walk into this house, you know, on the outside, you know, this tiny house on this infinite sea of prairie. But when you walk into this house, it was vast and expansive, like it was bigger on the inside.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Gotcha.
It made me, I don't know how to describe how this made me feel, but it made you feel small for how awe-inspiring the scale was inside this. The hallways were huge and empty, and it was completely silent. The silence was deafening, and I remember ambling through this very cautiously. There was some sort of presence I don't know how to describe, but I went through very cautiously. You know, it's kind of like I moved a lot when I was a kid, really, and I had that feeling of like a childhood house full of stuff that brings comfort. But all of a sudden, like when you move out and you take away all that context and all those things,
this is you're seeing this as your
real.
childhood house. That's what you're saying.
It could. Yeah. Well, my house, we had a huge. Well, yeah, it could be. Really.
Did you guys have rocking chairs? Did you have rocking chairs?
We did. We had a whole porch. We had a porch swing, some rocking chairs.
Yeah.
I lived out in the middle of nowhere, and it was this huge, almost Victorian house that my grandfather built for us. There was also a staircase. There was a staircase that inside the house, really, and I walked to it. But because of this presence, I told you I was paralyzed. There was more upstairs, but I was too paralyzed to walk upstairs, and I just kind of froze.
Yeah.
You know, and the sunset, the house, that was the house, but the sunset, the light from the sunset blanketed everything with gold.
Gotcha.
It blanketed everything it touched with a sheet of gold, and I saw as the dust, it would dance in the wind in the golden sunset as I walked through. I had this dream was reoccurring. It was not.
Yeah.
If I had to explain this dream, I would have defined it in one word as acceptance. I don't know why. I dreamt it a couple times, but oh God, I wish to come back, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The sunset, blanked things in gold, but there was also, that was in the front of the house. The back of the house, the sky, really, it was overcast, it was cloudy, it was like a storm. Because where I lived, I remember vividly of summer storms coming in and out, and that humid, and that warm air, and that heavenly breeze,
Yeah.
That there was a sunset in the front and the storm in the back. Depending on how you look for it,
Yes.
depending on what the mood is, it could be coming in or coming out.
Right.
It could be a sunset or a sunrise. It depends. It depends on the scenario.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise. Yeah. There's a song there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
we got I mean, you're very perceptive in terms of you had multiple story plot lines and it a lot of things happened and you remembered it all. Like that's just really, you do a lot of dreaming that you're aware of, or this is just the one that you always will remember?
Some dreams stick out to me. When I was younger, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I bounced around for a lot of things. But because of my vocabulary of making a story and stringing people along, I always wanted to become an author, and I don't know why, but this dream just always stuck out to me. I got others, but I'll leave them for a different episode.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, right. You better come back and give us another call because you have some lovely stories and dreams. And I encourage you to keep dreaming, my friend.
Thank you so much. This show really, I you know what? It's my nightly ritual logging on to it, and it's helped me through some rough patches. Truly, thank you, John.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Not just dreams. I mean, like how long you been listening or watching?
I've been watching for about a month.
Okay, so you watch me do other things besides dreams.
Yes.
Okay, that was my question.
One time vividly, you were on the treadmill, like blending shakes, and then the treadmill, and then the painting. I remember seeing that too.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I'm still always trying to plan on doing that, and then I never do. But I'm getting back to it off and on. I will be back to it. So.
Well, no one's forcing you. Do whatever you want to do, man. And we'll be out there to support you.
Well, I appreciate that. That's how I feel too. I'm doing. We all should do whatever the hell we want to do, as much as it feels like one should maybe stay at something that is successful, popular, and it's actually far more interesting to do whatever you want to do, kind of thing, as opposed to.
Yeah. Oh God, there's been many times. It's a breath of fresh air. Oh God, there's been many times I wanted to do so many things, but then I kind of been held hostage by other people in a weird sort of way. We hold each other hostages, making up these arbitrary things.
Hey, you read the chat? Alexis says that. Did you read the chat? She's saying it was a beautiful dream and that you have a great voice and you should be a poet. You should write poetry. That's what Alexis says in the chat room.
I see it now, the delay. Okay. Have a nice night.
All right, my friend. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was a lovely dream. The phone line is wide open for your dream. Give us a call, 818-528-4516. We're coming to you simulcast on Instagram Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch. Let's get some. Let's work on our the ominous dance floor. This has more of a. This kind of has a more of a dream feel, doesn't it? You're watching Painting Your Dreams. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. Give us a call, 818-528-4516 for Painting Your Dreams. All right, going to the 8 o'clock hour. We might go a little longer. If there's a dream out there, give us a call, 818-528-4516. Try something here. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, let's put it in here. Oh, let's try this guy. This might be interesting because it's so small, but I like it. Let's see if I can get it to. Oh, here we go. I don't know if it's going to do me any good, but let's try this. Been meaning to mess around with this. Oh, no, don't put it there. Put it down below. All right. Let's try this out. Hello, caller. Who's this? Hello? Hello, caller?
Hello?
Yes, hello. This one right now, Paul Kersey is asking what keyboard am I using. I'm using the Acaia. It's called the Mini Play, and this is the one I like. I got it purposely because you can plug it in and use MIDI, which I'm doing now, but all right, let's take this call here. Hello, caller. Who's this?
It's Alexis again.
Hey, Alexis. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I can't see you anymore, but what did you plug in? What kind of setup do you have going on over there?
Is it too loud? Is it acting too crazy? Because it is. I might have to stop it or something. I can't get it.
No,
stop.
I don't hear it at all. I was just curious what.
Well, let me see. Is it working? Does anyone else hear it? I mean, I think it's still going. Let me see. I think it is. Yeah, it should be sounding.
Oh yeah, I can hear it now.
Okay. Yeah, there's a little drone. There's a drone going.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
It's kind of fun.
I like your experimental nature has no bounds.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, thank you, but I'm not so sure about that. You know, I actually.
Oh, okay. I'm sure maybe it does have some limits. But
no, I mean, I just think that we all have these. I might project that I have unlimited.
I don't think that you project that at all.
Oh. Okay.
It's just an observation.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you, but I have doubts, and I don't feel like I'm necessarily exploring as much as I could. You know, how about that? I mean, I always feel like there could be something more to do. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good, right? That's a good.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think so.
There's always more to do. Yeah, there is. And but I think it's easy to. That could be something that maybe. I don't know. I guess it's something one could take for granted.
Oh yeah. I'm getting sidetracked on this music. Do you have a dream for us, Alexis? Before we get too
I have a dream.
Philosophical about this.
Dream.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, this is too philosophical.
No. Well, yeah, Alexis. We're focusing on dreams.
So I'm in my mid-20s. I decided to try sobriety for the first time in a while. Mm-hmm. This was a long time ago. I really put all my effort and energy into trying to have lucid dreams.
Yeah.
And I did the technique where you just throughout the day look at your hands and ask yourself if you're dreaming. And I did that repeatedly.
So in real life you go, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming?
Yeah, in real life, throughout the day, just as many times as you think to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could choose anything. like anytime I walk through a door, I'll ask myself, I mean, you could pick anything, but looking at your hands is a pretty easy target. The point is that, like, if you look at your hands enough and ask yourself if you're dreaming, if you do that enough times in your waking life, eventually in your dream, you'll look at your hands and think to ask yourself, am I dreaming?
Yeah. Well, similar to the other caller saying that if you look at a clock in real life a whole bunch of times, and then you're going to start dreaming about that clock.
Right. And it's just funny, like, people say, yeah, it is similar. But I had, this one night I finally had a dream where my hands were peeling in the dream.
Your what? Your pores were pouring water? Wait.
My hands.
Oh.
I got some kind of skin condition.
Yeah.
Where my hands just started peeling. It was horrific, and I was so embarrassed of it.
Pooling?
I just.
Say it again.
Peeling.
Peeling. Oh, okay. Peeling. Okay. So you're having a snake skin dream.
Yeah, but because my hands were peeling, I was looking at my hands like constantly throughout the dream, like trying to pretend like it was. I kind of went into denial in the dream, like, because I was just so afraid of what was happening.
Yeah, because
throughout the whole dream, I was repeatedly looking at my hands over and over again.
Yeah,
but
because
it's
because you've kind of planned to do that.
But I never once asked myself, "Am I dreaming?"
Oh.
I never.
Yeah, I see.
Never for one moment.
Right, you didn't get to that step. You just got to the step of seeing hands in your dream, scaring the shit out of you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's right. People make it seem like it's something that's really easy to do. It's really hard. I kept trying different techniques. I tried everything for months.
Yeah.
And then I kind of gave up. But then just one night, I dreamt that I was walking down a country road somewhere. I kind of felt like I was in North Carolina, where a friend of mine lives, and where just the sky is extra beautiful with, like, really intense clouds, billowing clouds, and it's just like a paved road surrounded by grass, and I think there was, like, a giant polar bear somewhere off in the distance.
Now,
there were no triggers.
Are we talking about the same dream, or is this you're talking about another dream?
No, this is a different dream.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry, I switched it up.
Yeah, you missed. I was starting to add some bears and whatever to this dream. I'm just focusing on. Yeah.
The peeling hands.
Yeah, I'm trying to focus on the peeling hands.
Well, that's all I remember about the dream. That and just how bummed that, like, none of the techniques worked.
Yeah, and you didn't really like this idea that this was happening, did you?
I certainly did not. It was horrifying.
Yeah, it's.
My hands were peeling off.
Did you, like, go to, by any chance, to one of those, like, get a pedicure?
No, I didn't.
No. Maybe that's why you dreamt it. I don't know. No, but it's all about your dream. You were determined to think about the hand in your dream, and so you did. So there you go.
That was my signal to ask myself, am I dreaming?
Yeah, but then you couldn't. It didn't work.
To wake up in the dream.
Yeah.
But I never did. I never thought that once in the dream. I just kind of pretended like it wasn't happening. At some other point in the dream, a friend of mine figured out a way to shrink himself, like in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
And he made himself miniature and somebody was drinking a can of Coke, and he started dancing around the Coke. He was, like, smaller than the Coke can, and he was dancing around it, showing off what he could do.
Oh.
And that's all I remember about that dream. But just how annoying it was that I put so much effort into waking up, and
Yeah.
I mean, I looked. I don't even know how many times finally had a dream. I was looking at my hands. I must have looked at my hands like 30 times.
Yeah.
Never woke up in the dream once. Never once thought to myself, "Am I dreaming right now?"
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's just the way. That's the way the cookie crumbled.
But then,
I think you just have to
2
keep
months
doing
later,
it.
Kind of
You just have to
2
keep
months
doing
later,
it.
kind of out of nowhere, in that dream where I was just walking down a road, for some reason I just stopped to ask myself that in that dream. It just hit me like, wait a second, I'm dreaming.
Well, so you finally did.
I finally did wake up in the dream, but I was like so excited that I'd done it. And I didn't know it because it's like the possibilities are infinite. So I decided I would try and fly. And I couldn't do it. Like I could only get like 5 feet off the ground, and then I would sink back down. And I got frustrated and I woke up. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep trying, I guess, but people make it seem like it's really easy to do that, and I don't know.
Well, I think that it will eventually. You'll have that aha moment, as they might not come. It might not. You know what it is? Don't overthink it. Like, okay, just relax it and go. Okay, if it comes, it doesn't. If it doesn't, it comes. You know what I mean? Like, just know that it might show up, and don't worry about ever. I don't know. But then I guess you might forget about it too. So I don't know where to go with that, but maybe somehow just don't get so upset about it. That's all. Just
yeah, that's easy. I feel less attached to an outcome than I did a long time ago. But yeah, thanks. I will aspire to be that detached about everything.
Yeah, that's life. As our dreams are in life are intertwined, and we are discovering that here on Painting Your Dreams. Thanks so much, Alexis, for your dream.
Thank you.
All right. Sweet dreams.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye. All right. Another lovely dream. A little bit of a nightmare, obviously, but then I think she's working it out, getting it all to figure out, as we all can when we're painting our dreams. Painting our dreams. We got time for maybe one more. If you want to give us a call, here we go. Another call coming in. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hello.
Hi.
So you can paint my dreams?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I found your live stream. I thought it looked really cool.
All right, nice.
So
what we do is, so you got a dream for us.
All right. So I had this dream when I had like a really high fever.
Okay.
This was like
What was your name again?
So.
What's your name again?
What?
Your name.
My son is George.
Okay, George. All right, go ahead, George. Go ahead with your dream.
So what basically happened, it was a very simple dream, I'll say that. I don't know if you really want to paint this, but basically, it was so SpongeBob was yelling at me in a dream, and he just yelled, all he said was, "No!" And then a nuclear bomb went off.
Okay, so...
and everything exploded.
So who's saying that? A bum? Did you say a bum?
No, SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob. I didn't... Why did I hear bum? I don't know why. Okay, so SpongeBob SquarePants is yelling.
Yes.
He's yelling.
He's just like...
Yeah.
He's just screaming, no!
Yeah. No. No.
Like I thought I was the one who like killed SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was the one who blew up the world or something.
Why did you feel in your dream? Is that what you're saying? Or in
Yeah,
real?
in my dream, I thought
Yeah. Yeah,
I just like ended the world.
Oh.
It was pretty scary when I woke up, but looking back on it, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
funny in a
thought-
weird way. Yeah, it is. Do you like watching SpongeBob?
Yeah, I've been watching it since I was like 4.
You still
It's still really entertaining.
really? Wow. I mean, I just have no idea about SpongeBob. I don't even know how to paint him, which I think is fascinating. Yeah, so,
Yeah,
so
he's
then
like-
there's a nuclear bomb going off, and that's basically your dream.
Yeah, it's basically the dream. The nuclear bomb goes off, and then SpongeBob, like, he's like warning me about it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, so
I was
yeah. Well, so you're getting a lot
like
of
I
good
was one.
yeah, you're getting a lot of help from SpongeBob. SpongeBob is teaching you some life lessons.
Yeah, exactly. He's guiding me through life.
Well, I mean, there
My mom told me when I woke up after
Yeah.
that dream. Apparently, I was like, Mom, why did SpongeBob say that to me? Because I had such a high fever, I could like barely think.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I remember I was trying to think for hours when I did the SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's
actually-
a fun dream and scary, and I'm sure at the time it was a little disturbing, but it's also kind of it's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun dream, definitely. Even though it was traumatic and could be life ending, really in a sense. I mean, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think around that time I was thinking a lot about like what was going on like Ukraine. So then I think I was watching SpongeBob before I fell asleep too. So
Yeah. So you were watching the news for the end of the world stuff to get that, and then what about SpongeBob? You said you love SpongeBob, so that's.
Yeah, I don't know how SpongeBob got in there, but
Yeah, well, I think what it's trying to say, from my vantage point, being a person that's interested in the arts and creativity, this is your escape. This is your escape valve, and it's so. I think it's a coping. This is your it's like your teddy bear, your support. It's a support unit, that you kind of rely on. But nuclear bomb, you can't really know what that's going to happen, if it happens, and when it happens. It's just going to happen, and apparently that's how it goes. So
exactly.
I guess we just have to keep going and enjoying hanging out with SpongeBob.
Yeah, I gotta live life in the moment.
Exactly. So watch as much SpongeBob SquarePants movies, videos, theatrical play. Have you seen the SpongeBob SquarePants play on Broadway?
I've heard of it. I thought that sounded pretty crazy, but I heard that there was a Broadway play. I remember I watched like a little bit of it when it was on TV.
I mean, I just sort of thought it up. I didn't even know that there really was one. So there really was. I've seen it on parade, SpongeBob SquarePants on parade. So it does make sense that there would be a theatrical, Broadway play about it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really get SquarePants right. I screwed it up somehow. I think I need to put the face. I put a face above SquarePants, which is weird. I don't know, but that could be you. That could be you, and you're above SquarePants. That's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly not, but
I like, even though you didn't really know what SpongeBob really looked like, I like your interpretation.
yeah, and that's fun. It's kind of like a dream. Painting of dreams is also very much a dream-like kind of thing. It's a creative process, and also you could see I'm just going from memory, and SquareBob SquarePants is not. That's not how he looks. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe SpongeBob looked like that in my dreams.
Yeah, it could be.
I remember that it was
Exactly. You said it was. You thought it was SpongeBob's, but it was some guy dressed up with a SpongeBob's SquarePants like Halloween costume, with his head popped out.
Maybe.
Well, thanks so much for sharing your dream. That was a wonderful dream. It was beautiful. Even though it was awful. It's kind of impending doom, but it was. And you initially didn't. You thought it was scary because you had a fever and stuff. But
Thank you for being so willing to talk about this really weird dream I had.
oh well, you're welcome. That's what we do. Painting your dreams.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing your dream.
No problem, man. I'm gonna keep watching your streams sometime.
All right. No worries. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. All right.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. You're watching Painting Your Dreams with Mr. Let's Paint. Thanks again for being here. Maybe we got time for one more call. Thank you, Chad. Thank you very much. Well, is someone's gonna call me in the next minute or so, because we might be considering signing off. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hi, Mr. Paints. It's Katie.
Hey, Katie. What's going
I've
on?
got another nightmare for you.
You got another nightmare? All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, you ready?
Just a second. We're almost there.
Okay.
CADY.
You let them know you're written down.
All right.
CADY.
All right.
Know you're written down.
All right. What's your dream?
Okay. So, I dreamed that I bought a farmhouse and all of the subsequent outbuildings that went with the property. I woke up to turn over or to go to the bathroom, but I returned to the same dream 3 times. The house was green with some neat trim, and the walls were painted with yellow calcimine paint with a faint mural behind. Upstairs was a large dining room full of tables. The whole house had stuff in it from all of the previous owners because they had just gotten up and left without taking anything. There was one room that seemed safe, a modern addition where there were a couch and TV. It was ugly, but I liked being in that room. My niece came to visit too, and she got a bad feeling from the place. Sometimes I would venture into the rooms alone, only to be pushed back by fear. I left the house and began sleeping on floors of friends' houses, but I always went back during the day. Sometimes people were there working in the outbuildings and looked at me as a trespasser, but I'd show them that I had the key and I was the owner of the house. I was driving in the country with my mom and kept saying how scary the house was. We'd drive and I'd say, "That's the house," and passing it by I'd realize it wasn't. Then I recognized it and said, "No, that's the house right there. Come in and tell me what you think." So we drove up the driveway. "Oh, it's such and such type of house," my mom said. "I love that kind of house." Let's see. We entered into the kitchen, and someone had put a big stove in the way to keep people out. "Don't worry about that," I said. "I still have the key and the deed, so we can't get in trouble." We moved around the stove, and she remarked at the mural and the yellow calcimine paint. I think we may have seen a witch or something in one of the rooms, so we decided to leave and started towards the exit. A scary fat man with a deformed face asked us if we wanted to look at his workshop, and we said no. He had a chainsaw in one hand. I don't know how Leatherface got into my dream. Now my dad was with us too, and I ran out of the house, hoping my mom and dad wouldn't be far behind. I was screaming and screaming that they run and get out and into the car before it was too late. But I was also watching all of this on tape too, and thinking, "Man, am I going to have nightmares from this?" Then we were home watching it on tape, but I was too scared to look at the screen. At the end of the movie, the new owner of the house, myself, let me scroll down here, was cursing all of the dead previous owners, and they started waking up in their graves, screaming and saying that they'd been cursed and they would never rest.
Oh, wow.
The end.
So you went to a grave site too, a graveyard?
I think they were buried on the property.
Oh, buried on the property. Nice.
Yeah, and they were all.
It's
I could see inside their graves, and they were all screaming.
Very Halloweeny.
I know. I only write down my scary dreams, you see, because I think maybe I can write a story.
Yeah.
I really can't flesh out the rest of it. I don't know how to make a plot.
Well, right. Like, do you want to?
All I can.
Do you want to expand on it? Like, add to it. So that it's not. See, right now you're just focused on maybe the actual dream, but I think if you maybe in the storytelling, maybe you have to, you can consider adding, to it. But
yeah.
I don't know how that works. I mean, I would imagine one would, if that's what you were thinking of doing. I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, I think I might with that one. Because there's lots of dreams. There's lots of dreams about, or movies about, scary houses and haunted houses. I mean, I'm watching one right now because it's, October.
Yeah.
And I love to be spooked. So I could add some stuff to it, I think. Like the room with the TV and the couch. I didn't write this down, but it had brown paneling on the walls. And it was really pretty dumpy. And I think the carpet was green too. But again, it was the only modern part of the house, so it's the only place I felt safe.
Interesting.
But I couldn't sleep there.
Yeah, but you felt safe because it was modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And less haunted than the rest of the house.
Right.
Oh, I like the chainsaw.
Yeah, there's a chainsaw there.
Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, I've got your other painting. I have it in a little cupboard drying.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
yeah, they're
realize
wet.
It would be wet when I got it.
Yeah.
How long is Etsy store left?
Oh, and we really like your Etsy store.
Okay, thank you. Yes, my Etsy store. Yeah, if everyone wants to see the Etsy store, it's the link is in my bio or in the description or something, or at letspainttv.com.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
how's the weather out there today?
I can't recall being one way or the other, so I think it was perfect. I would just have to say.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. It's that autumn, fall, because, after having, it seems like a whole month or 2 months of 100-degree weather, it's, the sun is now going down earlier, and you can get that fall, autumn chill. There's a chill even here in LA, but hard to imagine, but there is. And but then in the middle of the day,
LA, all it did was rain and it was cold. So I can
that's
imagine
unusual.
It being chilly.
That's because that's what they always say when that happens. You people famously say you brought that to LA. You brought it.
Oh.
Okay. Where are you from? Where do you guys live?
Wisconsin.
Yeah. So you guys have full on cold weather, And so when you come to a cold,
sometimes it gets 40 below.
Yeah, so when you come to the particularly LA, and I guess you could do that with Florida, but most are LA because sometimes LA might have some cold weather, and so people would joke that you would have brought it because when you showed up, you brought it. You never heard of that?
Oh, sure, I could see that. Well, I've heard people say that when we go up north for the summer, and a new person comes up, another family member comes up, they'll say, "Oh, you brought the sunshine."
There
Thanks.
you go. Yeah, the same idea. Well,
but yeah, LA is neat.
Well, thanks for sharing this dream. It's very Halloweeny-ish, but we did 6 tonight, which is great, and so that was fun.
Cool.
And I'm gonna say goodbye and wish you a merry, sweet dreams.
Oh, thank you. You too.
It took a while to figure out what I was trying to say. Sweet dreams, And have a great weekend, and well, maybe I'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Paint.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, that's going to do it for us here tonight on Painting Your Dreams. Painting Your Dreams. I am Mr. Let's Paint. Thanks again for being here. Thanks to all the lovely callers with their lovely dreams. And we'll see you next week. Painting Your Dreams.